Oh man, I don't know what I should do today, but I'm in our Discord server looking at your suggestions. Ooh, use Grand Med and Captain Everspark on your low level account. I think we'll go 4 Grenadiers and 2 boats of heavy. Supposedly, this is one of the best combinations if you are low levels. I guess we'll test it out in today's video and see if this combination will actually work. Now, I don't really have a lot of experience with Grenadiers and Medics, but we're gonna try using these little guys anyway. We're gonna go from the right hand side, try to avoid all those mines. I don't really know what to spend energy on. Again, I don't really use Grenadiers, but I don't really think we'll have any issue against the shock launchers or the rocket launchers just because of my medics. Now, I have level 1 Grenadiers and I'm pretty sure I have level 1 medics, so this might not work that well. We're actually gonna shock the shock launcher, and we'll keep the shock launcher shocked. I think we have the energy. I'm just a little bit worried about it, but yeah, so far this is going insanely well. I meant to say that. Okay, wow, this is such a good combination to use, and especially good if you don't have instant training, because you shouldn't be losing any of your Grenadier. Oh frick, I'm gonna lose some Grenadiers. We'll take down the boom cannon, drop a flare back to try to get out of those boom cannon ranges. That was, oh man, that was really funny. I did lose a couple Grenadiers too. I'll be fine, but wow, it's still a really good combination. Honestly, probably better than tanks. Remember that video I made a couple days ago about teaching you guys how to clear your map if you don't have this in training effectively? I'll link it down below if you haven't seen it. But in that video, I told you guys to use tanks up until the point you guys can't use tanks anymore, then switch over to warriors. If you have Grenadiers unlocked, which I just unlocked them, so it took a while. If you have them unlocked, you could use them to clear your map if you're better at using them than tanks. If you have more losses with Grenadiers than you do with tanks. This was a base that would have been pretty hard for me to take down using tanks just because of all the boom cannons around the core. So it worked really well to just roll up with the Grenadiers and just pummel that base down. Here we go. We're gonna go from this side. Drop a shock immediately so that boom cannon doesn't deal any damage to me. And it's not looking good, but we have a couple critters moving up. Critters coming in clutch. Oh, I need to drop a shock. Are you kidding me? The one thing about low level Grenadiers, and pretty much any level of Grenadier, is just they don't deal that much damage up front. So it takes a while when it's a base like this. So we're gonna flare up. I just really don't want to mess around with that shock. Sorry, with the hot pot, not the shock launcher. Hot pots can just be pretty nasty at times, and we're just gonna keep shocking the shock launcher. Actually, we'll just take out the shock launcher. I don't really know what I'm gonna spend my energy on. We're actually gonna shock instead because I'm not liking that sniper tower, which was dealing a ton of damage to my troops. We're good now, but she almost took out my troops. So we're just gonna settle. Oh frick, I thought that hot pot was about to hit my Grenadiers. We're just gonna settle up here and start hitting the core. I'm not gonna worry about flaring them anymore. Our medics are gonna be able to counter the damage dealt by the rocket launcher. Look at that, what a beautiful attack. Again, a base that would have been, okay, it wouldn't have been that bad taking out using tanks, but I definitely could have lost a few. But I probably could have defeated it without losing any. But Grenadiers are just so much more fun to use and a lot less stressful. A lot more relaxing. I remember when I started out on Boom Beach, I didn't use Ruka and I didn't use tanks. I used warriors all the time, and I made videos with warriors all the time. And a couple years into YouTube, I felt very overwhelmed because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to use tanks, is what I was trying to say. And that caused me to create a second account, which was meant to push me up so I can use these combinations from the very beginning. This is going to be a hard base because of the Shock Blaster. But it was meant to help me. Where does this boom cannon come in range? Okay, I'm gonna drop my hero. It was meant to help me learn these different troop combinations, and I know that this might not work. I can't hack. I can't hack the Shock Blaster. And anyway, I didn't really learn it until I ended up starting this account, and just playing on this account and pushing on this account has been so helpful. Like, I've learned so much about low-level gameplay. I used to just tell people, come on guys, use warriors all the time, and I am just not liking this right now. Like, that freaking Shock Blaster is destroying me out here. Took out my hero, is taking out so many grenadiers. Can we just drop it, please? Oh my gosh, that sucks. That actually sucks. I need to take down the shield generator if I'm going to defeat the base. This is the base I definitely could not take out using warriors. Actually, I could, and I might attack this with warriors. I'm gonna retreat just because there's no way I'm gonna be able to beat this, and I'm gonna show you a major base design flaw this player has. I know this is a video supposed to be about Grenadiers and Medics, but I want to show you this because I see this a lot from players. So we're gonna take down the boom mine. I'm gonna space on my troops like this. We're not gonna drop too much energy on the beach, just because it's warriors, and I'm about to grab a ton of extra energy. That was a very, very split smoke, maybe a little too split, but there we go. We'll just get a med kit up at the top. I'm a little worried about the rocket launcher, and we'll just watch my troops take down literally all of these offensive buildings. This is why I tell people, don't put all of your offensive buildings at the back. You know, if he moved all these down and just had the Shock Blaster down there, I would have had a way harder time. He would have defeated me. But now I have freaking so much energy, but I'm actually going to drop a shock because I'm losing a ton of warriors here. Perfect. Goes down, flare to the core, drop another shock, drop another shock, get a couple med kits out, and it's going to be a nice, easy finish on the base. Look at that. A base that would have been probably impossible for me to take down using tanks, probably impossible for me to take down using the grenadiers. Granted, I didn't think about flaring the tanks behind the base. That could have also worked, but warriors just overpowered when it comes to those bases. But the base design had a major flaw. Okay, going back to the theme of the video, which is grenadiers, the best troop to use if you don't have instant training. Recently, I've had a ton of empathy for players who don't have instant training, and that's kind of why I made the video where I attack using or without using instant training. Just a ton of empathy, because I totally understand not being able to buy it, not being able to afford it. The only reason I get it is because it's infinitely easier to make videos when you have instant training. But when you don't have, I need to drop. I really need to hack the boom cannon, but I need to keep dropping shocks on the Shock Blaster. Okay. We're just gonna keep dropping all of our energy on those set of 6 defenses, and I'm really hoping that the Shock Blaster goes down soon because it's taking so freaking long. Oh, I get pissed off really easily. I'm sorry. Okay. Drop another shock. I'm pretty sure that's my last shock. What a bad hit. But there we go. We should be able to defeat this now. We're gonna drop a hack one more time. I'm just trying to hack stuff by this defense so the defense drops. There we go. Shock Blaster drops. The shock launcher isn't going to be able to deal anything to me, but we're just going to drop a little bit more energy on it just to finish it off. And there we go. What a good hit. We didn't lose any. No, we lost one grenadier. I bet it was a sniper tower up at the top I just wasn't paying attention to. That's usually what it is. Also, I want to mention something. Jimmy, myself, and my younger brother competed in a Rocket League tournament a couple weeks ago. A link is down below. It's in our second channel. So just go to our second channel. And tonight, actually, we're competing in another tournament, and it's going to be casted, and I'll probably upload the video after we play, and hopefully we'll get a win. I'm feeling good about this. So far, we're 2-0, and we're not going to be able to defeat that base. I'm going to save it for Warriors or find a new opponent later. The grappler, just a little too hard for me. Okay, but we can take out another shock blaster. This is actually a pretty hard base, I'm not going to lie. But a base that would have been super easy to take out using Warriors. These bases, man, sometimes they're just crazy hard, but it's so easy to take out using Warriors. But it seems like I only come across those bases when I'm showing you guys tanks or grenadiers or a different attack combination. We're dropping a flare over. I'm gonna drop a shock. That was a fail of a shock. Frick me. I'm getting... Oh, no. Come on, I really don't want to drop a shock. Dang it. I was trying to save my hero, but it was a little too much. Okay, we're just gonna unload a ton of energy on the shock blaster. I'm trying a different strategy this time, taking out the shock blaster first before I get to that point, and then we'll just take down the shock launcher also. Okay, this is looking better. I think the meta is taking down the shock blaster right away versus waiting and letting your troops take it out, because it's definitely not worth dropping 100 energy on shocks if you can spend 100 energy just taking down the freaking shock blaster. Gonna flare over, and I might be dropping a shock on the sniper tower. Yep, let's do it. So my hero, oh sorry, none of my grenadiers die. It's so none of my grenadiers die. I'm having a really hard time getting my words across. I just worked for 8 hours, so I'm a little out of it, a little drained, but really glad I can jump on Boom Beach and play some low-level starting over stuff. Boom Cannon is down. It's looking good. Nothing can take down any more of my grenadiers. We're just gonna flare to the core and sit it out. I would have took down the shock blaster earlier and then dropped some shocks on Boom Cannons, but I was just not thinking straight. But this is definitely the best combination. This is what I would call a mid-level combination, starting at around upper 30 level, and it will carry you on. I've seen maxed out players using grenadiers and medics, so it's a good combination. So I would say this is probably the best combination if you don't have instant training or diamonds. These bases are hard. There's no doubt in my mind this is a hard base. Like, I could not defeat this base using tanks, and I think tanks are overpowered. But you come in with grenadiers and medics and you're able to take this out, good for you. Good for you. So grenadiers, medics, use them if you're a low level and you can't take out a base using warriors, or you could use either combination you'd rather. Okay, but join our Discord server if you want to suggest any YouTube stuff to us. We also read comments. We don't always respond to them. I try my best to, but if you have a suggestion, you can also post it there. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Please drop a like if you did, and I'll talk to you in the next Boom Beach video. Bye, guys.